Hello guys, basically I wanted to do this video to essentially explain a current situation that I've been having as someone who loves to write, and a situation and problem that I've been having for many years. I believe I've been having it for 10 years. I'm also going to be 23 right now, so I would say that it has been 10 years because obviously I've always wanted to write ever since I was a young kid, but I've tried to take writing seriously since about the age of 12, 13, maybe even younger, because I had like a project book which I have completed. I thought I destroyed it. My mother saved it and printed it, and it's in my house. And I don't know why I haven't destroyed it. But that's not important for now. If you guys want me to reveal the cringiness about it, if this whole no, if this whole let's say video gets 5,000 likes, I will literally reveal the book to you guys, and I will even put it up for free somewhere so everyone can see it. All, I believe it's 1,500 words of it. Bear in mind, I was like 11 when I wrote this, and I know there are much more talented 11-year-olds than I am, so yeah. No, but the serious issue that I'm currently having is this, that I've been having for many years. I start a book, I start writing, I start planning, and then it comes to one of either two conclusions, or actually no, three. One is that I become super obsessed in writing the character, or at the characters, or at once, and the themes, and just wanting to, grow and expand my overall world building and getting super invested. But then I burn out way before I even finish writing the book, or before I even have the chance to even write in the first place. So, or for example, hey, let's say I wrote a book, it ends up to maybe chapter 3, and it's done. I just forget about it. It's done. Whatever. The other part is when I'm writing a book, but then the book gives me ideas of other books, and it causes with the same problem of never finishing the original book I started off in the first place. I'm like, oh wait, and I'm like 4 different books in. I'm like, hey, where the fuck, where was I before here? Why are there 4 other drafts with names that are not finished, that I don't know about nor remember? Why do I have like 200 foolscap pages worth of like writing and dialogue and characters and plot lines and spoilers, and even spoil like, ooh, self-spoiler, ooh, sneaky little Benji, you're weird. Yeah, like, come on. And now at the third point, that technically it's a solution for me, where I'm technically to try and essentially outwit my mind, I'm writing 2 books at the same time. I'm writing 2 books with in almost the same genre, but in different experimental terms, right? And I've literally done to the point that I'm like, okay, I finished chapter 1 of book 1, I have to finish chapter 1 of book 2. If I finish chapter 2 of book 2, I have to finish chapter 2 of book 1. I finished chapter 3 of book 1, I have to finish. And weirdly enough, it's working. I'm very slow when it comes to writing, but I'm also getting distracted very easily, and I forget very easily. I'm quite busy, which may be another reason why, but it's essentially another way of me just saying, hey, I'm trying to write, and I take a long while. Like hell, my first book that I published, 15 World War Stories, which if you search it up, 15 World War Stories by Benji and John Smith, so you can see it and you can buy it. I recommend buying the ebook because it's not worth paying for the shipping for the paperback, and I'm saying this as an author, and technically I make money from the paperback, so I'm literally telling you guys, do not give me money. I'd rather you guys give me less money, and you can actually afford the book than getting the paperback to stroke my ego and pay double what the book costs in shipping. Just to stroke my ego, so I can say, oh, I sold thousands of paperbacks. No, just buy the ebook, okay? Like, any sale helps me no matter what, right? But that's beside the point. That took me all of fifth form during secondary school. It's like 15 short stories. 15 short stories I put my heart into, and it took me years to get it published because no one would want to publish it. So I published it with Blue.com, which is something an experience which I would love to explain later, and even explain to people if people should use Lulu or not in the example terms and whatever. But anyhow, but at the same time, the second book I took even longer. It's not a long book either. I've seemed to have written, right, these two. I'm in the process of publishing my second book. I'm not gonna reveal what it is, but what the name is or anything. But I'm gonna tell you it's like the first book, which is a collection of short stories. Why a collection of short stories, Benji? Well, it's simply because I struggle with concentration, and for me to be able to finish a book, I would do a chapter day by day. Even though I'm capable of reading for very long, I suffer a lot with my attention span. I have nothing diagnosed yet, so I don't know what essentially it is, but I do struggle with my attention. I've even struggled a lot with school due to this. But I've learned that if I do a chapter or a short story a day, I keep myself interested, and that's what actually got me to read one of my favorite books of all time, which is a Maltese book called La Free by Killeen, and got me to try the Maltese O level again as an adult and pass it, simply because of that. So the second book, so essentially wrote all these short stories for those who don't have the time, who can't concentrate, who can't simply, they just can't have a full-blown novel. And I believe a few short stories with the same depth and same understanding and same descriptive tone would be good for someone who, wants to have that novel kind of feel but just cannot read a novel, And I think for me writing two books at the same time helps me with my attention span, and I think it also helps the fact that I took so long to write two short books. It helps me understand and maybe sort of fine tune my writing voice essentially. How, like, for example, Stephen King has a writing tone, John Green has a writing tone, J.K. Rowling has a writing tone. All of And a writing tone essentially is just your speaking voice in written form. It's how people are going to know, how people are going to read and know who you are and be like, okay, that is me. And I really want to ask people who are watching, people who are reading or writing, do you guys have the same issue? Or do you have other issues? I really appreciate you guys commenting and even sharing and favoriting and helping to grow. And if you want to, like I said, please search out 15 World War Stories, the book, and buy the ebook, and please help support me, and maybe hopefully I will also announce in the future the release of my second book, and also hopefully if this thing does get 1,000 or 5,000 likes, I will release my very first book. I will also reveal the name of it when we get that reach. So yeah guys, thank you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.